The priority development programs and projects in the proposed Bangsamoro entity will be presented to President Aquino this coming Wednesday. The Bangsamoro Development Plan was prepared by the NEDA and the Bangsamoro Development Agency. Freddie Abando has the details.
The creation of a new Bangsamoro entity from the provinces of the current autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao provides great promise as a major growth center in the future for the country. The passage of the proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law is the key to implement the peace agreement signed between the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front. Of strategic importance is the Bangsamoro Development Plan, which will lay down the framework to guarantee the dividends of peace will lead to economic growth and address the concerns that led to the Muslim rebellion in the south. The National Development Authority and the Bangsamoro Development Agency, with the support of all agencies in government, will submit the said plan on Wednesday to the President, the roadmap for the future of the Bangsamoro entity.
But what is important right now is that while Congress is working on the law, we need to get development going in Bangsamoro areas, and there are things that government agencies can do, and we need to ramp up what they should be doing anyway, with or without this Bangsamoro process. But since we have this Bangsamoro process, the more reason that we now have to ramp up activities there, because our indicators, social and economic indicators, suggest that or show that this region has lagged so far behind the rest of the country, and we really need to ramp up development there so that they could catch up.
Earlier, that we can, organize the government, and that government can then begin to implement the Bangsamoro Development Plan. Because without that government, who is going to implement the Bangsamoro Development? Of course, there's the National Transition Authority, but that's a transitional authority, They'll spend some time getting organized before they begin to work, and by the time they're ready to work, the law would have been approved on a plebiscite, and the election of a new one would be a few months after that. So it's going to be, I think, 3 transitions that will be involved. And when you have transitions, there's always a lag time for the emerging entity that will manage the transition to establish itself.
It's a roadmap which outlines the priority concerns for development, the delivery of services to include health, education, employment, livelihood, infrastructure development, to include roads and bridges, ports and airports, public buildings, to include schools and even health facilities, energy and power development. There is growing optimism from the private sector that peace in the proposed Bangsamoro entity will be a major boost for sustained growth of the economy. Peace will attract more investors, foreign and local. The new Bangsamoro entity has great promise as the country's future food basket and the source of power and energy. Since all the 5 provinces, Maguindanao, Lanao del Sur, Basilan, Tawi-Tawi, and Sulu, are blessed with so many natural resources to develop as one of the country's major growth centers.
You can't wait until the Bangsamoro Basic Law is passed, because there's a timetable for that, and it can't be rushed or compressed. What I've told people in the Bangsamoro area is that they should look for ways to already get mainstreamed into the economy as early as possible without having to wait for the law. One of the things that I've proposed to them is that they join our City Municipalities Competitiveness Index program at the NCC, so that we can start evaluating how competitive each of the cities, the LGUs and cities in Bangsamoro are. And based on this diagnostic tool, they know what to improve. And you don't need a law to start that. You can start immediately.
I mean, if you look at the map of the coverage, the bulk of the agricultural area is exactly as you say. It's in parts of southern parts of Lanao del Norte, Lanao del Sur, Maguindanao, and down to Sultan Kudarat. The Sulu Archipelago, Basilan also included, and there are marine resources, there's tourism potential.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.